I forgot to put it in there. Okay. That's okay.
Hello. You guys caught Neisha unprepared.
It's me. I'm unprepared.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. So good to be with you on the next edition of Monday Night Live. How you doing?
Doing.
Yeah?
I'm doing.
Neisha went to the chiropractor today and got her deck shuffled.
Very well. She twisted me all around.
I've been out working on the farm today. I made a TikTok and I made a YouTube video. Yeah, I'm on TikTok. Did you know that?
I am too, but I'm just forced to be over there essentially, and I post maybe once a month.
I don't love it, but
I hate TikTok. I hate it.
Hey, Roxana, how's it going?
Roxana, who else is here? We got any PhD community members in the house? Say hello.
Who's a member of our tribe? Put it in the comments.
You're all a member of our tribe, though.
Our private tribe.
Our private tribe. It's very exclusive.
There's Natalie. Hey, Natalie. It's exclusive. Holly's in the tribe. Thank you, Holly.
John's in the house. Hey, John. I know.
All right, guys.
I saw several. Marnie's here. I know I saw her already. Marnie. Hey, guys. Hey. So welcome back. Can you believe February is almost over?
It's almost out of here.
What the heck?
It's crazy.
You know where Dr. Barry's going to be next week? Or some of
Later
you going to be
week,
there?
right?
Oh, gosh, yeah. It's this week.
Denver, Colorado.
Going to Denver. I am staying home.
Did your grandpa call it Colorado?
Colorado?
Colorado.
I don't know that we talked about Colorado that much.
Yeah, I'll be at Low-Carb Denver. I think, is Roxana, are you going? I know a few of you guys are going.
Yeah, there's several people going, but I will not be there because it's cold there. And it's in the 60s here in Tennessee, and I am very happy about
Denver
that.
in February. That sounds like a dream vacation.
If you like skiing, I guess it would be.
Oh, Tabitha joined this week. Welcome, Tabitha.
Welcome.
Let's see. We had a question I saw way back up here somewhere. Sean joined the channel. Thank you, Sean, for your support. Where was that question I saw?
Oh, I can't watch you scroll that fast. That hurts my eyeballs.
I guess I missed it. I don't know.
Okay, well, Guess has a question.
Okay. I'm almost there. Sorry, Guess. Be patient. Okay. Guess. My dad has prostate cancer. He's on Lupron to suppress his testosterone so cancer doesn't grow. Could carnivore be bad for him because it raises testosterone? He's 78 and has a bad heart as well. Excellent question. Now, your dad's got so many medical conditions going on. He obviously needs to consult with his doctor before he makes any final decision. But I would opine that eating a diet that human beings and our ancestors have been eating for the last 3.5 million years, which I call a proper human diet, would probably be the best diet for him to eat, since even though he has prostate cancer and a bad heart, he's still a human being. So he probably should eat a species-specific diet. Testosterone can raise testosterone in men with low testosterone. We've seen that hundreds of times. Since he's on Lupron, that's probably going to block any of that testosterone that he may produce anew.
No, I have not dyed my hair. I don't know why it doesn't look gray right now, but it is. Different light makes it look crazy.
Hey, Greg in Dallas is a new PhD member. Welcome, Greg.
Ashley wants to know why her pee smells like meat.
Because you've been eating a lot of meat.
Does it smell like meat?
I've heard some people say that. Just like if you eat asparagus, your pee smells like asparagus. This is a thing that happens to humans. Child of God, August, TSH 8.8, T4 1.28. Doc put me on 25 of Levo. In November, TSH was 5.5, T4 1.21, February, TSH 5.18. Increase Levo to 50. Is it possible if continue carnivore, I'll eventually cure hypothyroid? So we haven't seen a lot of people cure their hypothyroidism. We have seen many people with Hashimoto's put that autoimmune condition into remission with a ketovore or a carnivore diet. What will probably happen is when you've been carnivore strict enough for long enough, you'll probably not need as much thyroid replacement hormone in order to keep your TSH and your other labs right where they need to be.
I gotta get comfy.
Get comfy, woman. Where's everybody watching this from? Where are you at in the world? What city, what state, what country?
Saw somebody from Decatur, Tennessee.
Decatur, Tennessee. I love it. Oh, Debbie. Oh, Debbie,
Hey,
thank
Debbie
you so
Berry,
much,
what's
cousin. That's my cousin.
up?
Jennifer became a member of the channel. Thank you for your support. Christopher, I used to drink Monster Energy every morning, would mess up my stomach with pain, gas, and bloating. Why are these drinks so hard on the stomach? Because they are made in a factory from highly processed chemical crap. Your stomach does not want to eat highly processed factory-made chemical crap. It wants to eat food, and it wants you to drink water. So when you eat a proper human diet, your stomach does not give you this negative feedback that it was giving you with those monsters. I hope everyone knows monsters are not healthy. You know that, right?
Saying that because I drink them.
You know that. It seems obvious. Seems obvious that everyone should know.
I don't say they're healthy.
She probably drinks 2 a week, maybe. Abigail, currently weaning off Zoloft, and it's been hell. Everybody out there taking an antidepressant, please listen to Abigail. Any tips, and could keto help ease these withdrawal symptoms? Yes. Any of the antidepressants like Zoloft, Paxil, Effexor, Prozac, all those guys, Cymbalta, they can have extensive, severe withdrawal symptoms when you try to stop them. So if you haven't started one yet, please think twice. If you're already on one like Abigail, then yes, you're going to have to wean down the Zoloft very, very slowly. It may take months, and that's okay because you're weaning down. Eating either keto, Ketovore, or Carnivore will help these symptoms be less severe. And if you don't know what Ketovore is, this is the mother of Ketovore.
Hi.
Neisha Solis-Berry.
Lots of videos on my YouTube channel about Ketovore, what I eat in a day vlogs. I just posted one. If you guys want to see Bonnie eat some chicken, fresh fried chicken skins, then you can watch my latest vlog.
Bonnie Blue is crazy. She's 7 months old, and she started crawling, and then 2 days later, literally 2 days later, now she's cruising, which means standing up and holding on to stuff. She's literally cruising all over the house like an 11-month-old. I don't even know what's going on with her.
This is not a brag. Okay, I wish she would stop.
Yeah, we're not. It's annoying.
I don't want her to do this.
If she were our first baby, we'd be like, "Oh,
yay!
baby!"
Like,
but she's not our first baby. She's like, "Could you just lay still? I'm trying to do some stuff over here.
Stop moving."
Just lay still." Angelic Annihilator. Due to ankylosing spondylitis, I have some arthritis in my lower back discs. I am going on to get PRP, that's platelet-rich plasma, soon. It's more effective to do intradiscal, higher risk of complications, or intramuscular. Intramuscular is probably not going to help your AS pain. You probably need to do it intra-articular, maybe intradisc, maybe, but definitely intra-articular. Putting it in the muscles is not going to help your pain.
Hey, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville? You saw Knoxville? I see Massachusetts. You know what? I'm a little redneck country boy. I used to not know how to pronounce this state. I had to practice it when I went to college in Florida when I was 18. I don't even know what I used to say, but I had to look in the mirror and practice. Massachusetts. I don't even know what I used to say, but it was not right. Angela.
Off Valium due to PhD. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Have cerebral palsy, labs, LDL 333, triglycerides 111, HDL 66, fasting insulin 4.9, A1C 4.9. Doc has lowered my T3 and T4 combo, mostly triple B and E. I cheat with keto.
Huzzah, Angela. That's exactly the way to do that. And every now and then I'll cheat on carnivore with keto as well.
Listen, are you going to do?
I don't know. Do you want to do it? Go ahead, woman. Go ahead.
Ramen. Is the potassium in element bad for stage 3 kidney disease?
It may be too much potassium, but it's not a bad potassium. The way you'll know this, I wouldn't use more than one a day, and then follow up with your doc for your routine kidney labs and just see what your kidneys are doing. If you're eating low carbohydrate enough, you may be shocked to find that your stage 3 CKD turns into stage 2, and then you won't have to worry about the element anymore.
No, monsters are not ketovore.
No.
But I drink them every now and then. Sugar-free. Sure, they're less
bad. That's right.
But nobody, including me, is saying that is a health food, because it is not.
Not a health food. Not a health food.
How did I see previous post? I don't know where that was.
Oh no, we missed one.
See if type it again, see if the moderators can pick it up. Sean, new Mighty Network member. Welcome, welcome. 30 years of depression is gone.
Huzzah!
Thank you both for the honest transparency and the realness that you bring to the table. Listening from far northern Vermont.
Wow, that's up north.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean, for sharing.
That is up north. What did you guys all have for dinner? Tell me in the comments. I want to see what you ate. Type it in. And if you haven't had dinner, just type fasting. I want to see what you guys are eating.
PM. What is the difference between keto chow daily minerals, keto chow electrolyte drops, element and ancestral minerals? What do you suggest? Are they the same? Listen, we are fixing to do a video specifically about this because it's a question we get asked all the time.
Yeah.
So
now, I personally think that Keto Chow's daily mineral drops right there are the best.
Full disclosure.
Because I helped design them. I helped design them with Chris Bayer at Keto Chow. But we really worked hard to try to get this formulation right. Keto Chow's electrolyte drops, they only contain sodium, chloride, potassium, and magnesium, whereas the mineral drops contain all those plus a bunch of other minerals. Element is same way as Keto Chow's electrolyte drops, just contain the 4 electrolytes. Ancestral minerals is a pretty good product. If you've already got that, it's fine to keep using it.
Corey, 34 days, triple B&E, down 20 pounds. When should I get my blood work done?
Do 90 days, Corey. Then get your blood checked.
As she gets older, she may need to work on food. Girl, she already is feeding herself. So she skipped
her
all
pincher grasp is nuts. Yeah. Like we have to vacuum the floor every 10 minutes. Or she's
find the tiniest thing and then right in her mouth.
Yep.
Keeping it GX.
Keeping it GX.
My father's been told he has a small tumor on his bladder. What could be the cause of it? And after it is taken out, how can he prevent it from coming back?
So he needs to eat a diet that keeps his insulin level normal. And he needs to eat a diet that keeps his level of inflammation normal. That's going to stop the irritation inside of his bladder wall that led to the tumor to start with. Now, we don't know what kind of tumor this is. We haven't got a biopsy. We don't have it for pathology. So we got to wait to get the tumor out to send it to pathology to see what it is. Then we'll know, excuse me, if there's a chance of it coming back or not. But definitely he needs to eat a proper human diet from this day forward so that he doesn't have any more new untoward lesions popping up.
Lori, hey, Dr. Barry and Neisha, I'm a sugar addict. I started my own 30-day triple B&E challenge today. I'm going to really try and make it. I'll let you know.
Yes,
thanks for all you do.
And Lori, if you need extra support, you're welcome to join our private community. There's a link down in the show notes. It's $5 a month.
I do Q&As Monday through Friday.
Yep. And I jump in on the weekend if I can and through the week if I can. And we have 4 official extra live Q&As in there each and every week to help you with this.
Depending on what level.
So if you want to spend the price of 1 Starbucks coffee a month to have help with this, but if you don't need it, that's fine too.
Tanya, hey, Dr. Barry and Neisha, longtime YouTube subscriber, just joined the PhD community. Huzzah! 1 week carnivore, thoughts on using stevia? How much is too much when it comes to pork rinds?
So pork rinds, if they're fried in either lard or beef tallow, there's no limit. You can eat as many as you want. Okay. Now, obviously, they have nutrition in them. They have vitamins and minerals. They have good omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, but they're not a complete food. So I would use them as a vehicle to dip stuff like ground beef and use them, eat them during your meals. Don't eat them as snacks in between meals. Eat them with your meals, but you can eat as many as you want. Stevia is fine. It's much better than sugar. I would probably try to wean that stevia down so that you're using only the minimum amount, just in case a year or 2 from now they come out with a study that says, oh my God, stevia causes your, face to crack apart or whatever.
Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn.
What's up, Brooklyn? Jade Buzz, have tried to go full carnivore several times and have trouble sleeping through the night unless I have 50 grams of carbs per day, with most of those being at night.
Yep.
Am I just not giving it enough time?
Yeah, probably, Jade Buzz. Most people who drink alcohol in the evenings and they're a functional alcoholic, they find that when they stop the alcohol, they have trouble sleeping. But that's not permanent. That just lasts for 3 to 14 days. And then they can sleep just fine again. So I think what you're having here is you're still a functional carboholic. And so I think that if you just go hardcore carnivore for 90 days, you'll find after a week or 2, you're sleeping just fine.
David, watching from down the road. Hey, David.
Hey, David.
Thanks for all you guys do. Thank you for being here. Hey, speaking of being here, 2,900 people watching.
Let's get it to 3,000, guys.
Hit the thumb. Don't forget. Hit the thumb.
If you haven't already shared this, there's a little button right down there, I think, that says share. Click that and you can share it on any of your social media that you want to. There are people out there who need to hear this, who've never heard of this before because you haven't shared it yet. Come on.
Christians, Columbia, South Carolina. In December, my testosterone was 169. How long before it goes up to normal? Been strict carnivore since January. Still off meds for RA. Doc doesn't need to see me till August. CRP is 3. Thanks. Hi, Granny Berry.
Oh, Christian, you've been carnivore for over a year. So have you had your testosterone checked lately? Because typically it's anywhere from 3 to 6 months of carnivore. You recheck your labs and your testosterone is up to some degree. Now, some guys it only goes up 40 or 50 points. We've had many guys that goes up 300-400 points. So if you haven't had it checked in the last few months, I'd get it checked again.
Let's get Nick here. Dr. Berry, what's your take on Dr. Robert Lustig's take on fruit?
Yep.
Fruit is okay because it feeds the gut good bacteria.
Yeah. So what happens to the good gut bacteria if you only eat carnivore? Because we know thousands of carnivores, probably tens of thousands, and their gut health is great. Their bowel movements are great. None of them have colon cancer. So they must still have the good gut bacteria, right? Think about it. Because if you eradicated somebody's good gut bacteria, bad things would start to happen very quickly, right? So I have great respect for Dr. Lustig, but I think, and I agree with him on 99% of everything. But he's just wrong about this. This is an island of ignorance for him. We all have them, and he'll come around. He's a very intelligent gentleman and scholar. He'll come around. Just watch.
Cindy, husband wants off blood thinners for leg clot. Doctor says he needs them for life. He hates them. Why can't he just take cayenne pepper and turmeric?
Well, they're not as good at anticoagulation. Now, many leg clots, if you just had one, many doctors will say just take the anti-clot medication for 12 months, and then they'll stop it after that. So you may just ask your doctor about that. Obviously, don't stop taking it, or maybe get a second opinion. But usually, if it's just one leg clot, we don't tell you to take that for life.
Do you have a brightness up here somewhere?
Does it need to be brighter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I made it dimmer on purpose.
I know normally I think.
Un momento, guys. Un momento.
I normally am complaining about brightness, but I can't.
Okay.
That's much better.
There we go.
Thank you for that.
Oh, we're up to 3,000. Thank you guys for sharing this video. That helps a lot.
Captain Carnivore. Carnivore Captain. I like Captain Carnivore better. You should change it. Join the PhD community this morning as premium member.
Welcome, brother.
What's the best oil to use after natural vitamin D intake session? Sunbathing.
So you mean oil on your skin? You could use beef tallow. You could use purified lard. You don't want to use lard you cook bacon in, or you'll smell like bacon, unless that's your thing. Hey, I'm not a judge. But rendered beef tallow or rendered pork fat have virtually no smell. And they soak into your skin and leave you silky and smooth. Carnivore Captain. Magdalena, thank you. Have you guys seen my McDonald's, what I order at McDonald's TikTok video? I had no idea. I was just going through. I was stuck in town. I couldn't get home and eat. I thought, well, I'll just go through. And I thought, well, I'll video it.
He did not realize he was going to ruffle many feathers.
So many people are losing their minds on TikTok because on
Instagram.
Instagram, TikTok, yeah, because I got 7 quarter-pounder patties. And they're like, there's human flesh in that. I don't even know, some of the comments is like, what is wrong with y'all? It's 100% beef.
The quarter pounders.
Yeah, salt and water, salt and pepper. That's it. I got 7 of them.
Bayes Junk Hall. Dr. Berry, I'm addicted to unsweetened black tea.
Yeah, yes, you are. Caffeine is addictive, but also black tea tastes great. I love it too, but I'm currently caffeine free. I've been completely off coffee for 4 days now. I was drinking decaf for about 2 weeks before that, and I'm sipping on my peppermint tea that's 0 carbs, 0 caffeine. Can you tell any difference in me? No difference. Yeah. So I'm gonna go no coffee for at least a month, because there's a lot of carnivores out there that are like, coffee is a plant. It will cause inflammation. It will hurt you. And so I'm gonna go coffee free for a month to see if I notice any improvements or not. I don't recommend you do that. I also don't recommend you don't do it. But I'm just doing it, so you don't have to, basically. But so far, so good. I don't feel any different at all.
I did it. What was that? 4 years ago?
Yeah, 4 years ago.
I didn't feel any different. Frank, how can I stop?
mTOR. Yeah. So Frank, very, very little is understood about all the pathways that mTOR is involved in. There's a lot of big health and physiology gurus on the interwebs right now talking about mTOR. And if you eat meat, this is foolishness. As I said earlier, your ancestors, Frank, your ancestors have been eating meat for 3.5 million years. So now suddenly, since we just discovered mTOR a few years ago, now meat's bad for us. Meat's what brought us, Frank. Meat's what made us. So eat your meat and just watch the mTOR. Just watch the space. You're going to see in another year or two, there'll be a study come out questioning some of these hypotheses about mTOR, and then another one, and then mTOR will just go away and nobody will ever talk about it again. And all those people that sold you supplements to keep your mTOR where it needs to be, they'll just disappear and they'll keep your money. So don't worry about that, Frank. Eat your meat. Dinner was a Dr. Berry special, cup of decaf with a big old slab of unsalted grass-fed butter. Nice.
That was your dinner? Coffee?
That was your dinner, coffee and butter? That must be fasting.
Losing it in Vegas. As a type 2, I'm getting super high fasting blood glucoses. After I eat breakfast, it goes down. I understand dawn phenomenon and insulin response. Would a morning eating window be healthier for me?
Probably not. That morning high blood sugar you're getting, part of that's because your metabolism's not completely healed yet. When you get your type 2 completely reversed, this won't happen nearly as bad, but this will happen for a while. But what you're going to notice when you get your A1C and your fasting insulin rechecked in 3 months is that they're much better than they were before, even though you had that weird high morning blood sugar. Nothing to worry about. High Desert Ketovore. PAH is now normal. Can PhD help reverse heart failure? HFpEF recently diagnosed. So a lot of people don't realize this, but the heart muscle, the cardiac myocytes, they can actually burn ketones more efficiently than they can burn glucose. So when you're in ketosis, which you're going to be for most of the day, if you eat a keto diet, a ketovore diet, or a high-fat carnivore diet, you're going to be in ketosis most of the day. That actually improves your heart's stroke volume. It improves your heart's pumping power. It makes your heart healthy and healthier and less inflamed. Ketones are the way if you've got any degree of heart problems or heart failure. Absolutely.
Emily, I would love to read testimonies on carnivore helping juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. Thank you.
Well, the most famous testimony is Michaela Peterson, Jordan Peterson's daughter. She had severe juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. She was 3? Yeah, she had to have her ankle joint replaced when she was a teenager. That's how bad her juvenile RA was. So there are many, many others out there that have put their JRA or their RA into remission by eating either a carnivore diet or a lion diet. And if you don't know what that is, lion like rawr, that kind of lion diet.
You're a lion.
Not that diet. Yeah. The lion diet is when you say you're eating keto, but you really eating Doritos. That's a lion diet.
Kelly. Welcome back. Started triple B&E 126.
Went from 311
to 283, 29 pounds down. Stopped Lexapro cold turkey. Feel good. Sugars are 171 without insulin. If I have one more piece of meat, I'm going to freak out. I want a Coke Zero. At least you're honest. You're doing really good.
And if you want to have a Coke Zero every Friday night, Kelly, I think that's fine.
If you still haven't had one, don't have one. Just keep going.
That's true. Yeah. Good advice. Ninoska. Thank you. I like that name. That's pretty.
Rox wants an update on how you feel.
Yeah, I'm on day 4, no coffee. Yours at day 5.
It's been long.
I think it's day 5 and no coffee. I'm sipping on my peppermint tea. No caffeine, no carbs. I feel completely normal. I don't feel any better. I don't feel any different. I drank decaf for about 2 weeks before I got completely off the coffee because you guys should know that there are hundreds of polyphenols in coffee, not just caffeine. There's hundreds of chemicals in coffee. The carnivores are right about that. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of chemicals, but they're naturally occurring chemicals that human beings have been exposed to for about 1,000 years now. We've been drinking coffee. And so my theory is it's not really going to cause much inflammation, but some of the carnivores are so militant about this. I thought I'll just do 30 days with no coffee and then start it back and see if I felt better or worse in the interim.
Okay. Barb, how to do keto when chronically iron deficient over 20 years now, horrible histamine intolerance to red meat after eating a lot the last 6 months.
Yeah. So you're going to have to, and it's not that you're having a histamine intolerance to red meat. You're having the histamine intolerance because the red meat that you've been eating has been aged. It's been hung in the meat locker for 2 or 3 weeks before they sold it. Michaela Peterson had a problem with this as well with beef. And so until she found a local butcher who would not hang the beef and just give it to her fresh, she was living on lamb and goats because they're not aged like beef is. And so if you can find a local butcher who will not hang your meat, but will go straight from slaughter to package and you buy it and take it home, the histamine level in that is much, much lower. And for the vast majority of you guys watching, don't worry about what me and Barb are talking about. This is very, very rare that people have a histamine reaction to beef. Natasha, keto almost 4 years now, strict carnivore. My husband finally started carnivore today for better health and hopes to get off Eliquis due to AFib. Thanks to you and Dr. Chafee and Beef and Butter Gal. That's good company right there, Natasha. I'll take that. Blackbeard, I have hidradenitis suppurativa and reduce my carbohydrates to control the disease. That'll help. If I go on the carnivore diet with no carbs, will it reduce my libido, erections, and imbalance hormones? No. You've been listening to the vegans. Carnivore diet without it, I've yet to see an exception. It's going to tend to make your libido increase, your testosterone go up, and then with those 2 things in place, I'll just leave it to your imagination what it's going to do with the erection. So yeah, you're fine.
To be clear, love you guys. Thank you for your work.
Thank you. Somebody ate 3 duck eggs for dinner.
Toxic, not true, but we do have to make sure we get to the ones
see, toxic.
we
You should have asked a question instead of making a smart ass comment. Sorry.
I know carnivore aims for 0 carbs, but what if a sauce has just 5 carbs, super low per tablespoon? Would love to keep a sugar-free barbecue sauce.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And sometimes we'll use one of the sugar-free barbecue sauces that has 2 or 3 grams of carbs per tablespoon, but we use the tiniest amount, just enough to give it the hint of flavor. Because the more you do carnivore, the more you realize that meat tastes really freaking good. And you don't really need to smother it in ketchup or barbecue sauce or other things like you once did.
Carb Buster, 20 pounds overweight with an A1C of 5.1, 79, but told that I'm pre-diabetic. How?
You're not pre-diabetic. Your doctor is currently ignorant of what they're talking about. Your A1C is pristine. Your glucose is perfection. You may have used to be a pre-diabetic, but you no longer are. You reverse that.
Metless, seen opinions. Mixed opinions about cooking with palm oil. Palm oil is popular in West Africa and Southeast Asia. Just wondering what you think about it.
Yeah, palm oil. I used to have a lot of problem with the way that people were forced to collect and produce palm oil, but I think most of that's been fixed now. But just looking at the fatty acid profile of palm oil, it's as good as avocado or coconut oil. I think palm oil is fine. It's very high in saturated fat, just like coconut oil, and that's why it got a bad rap back in the 70s and 80s. A la carte menu. No, a la carte. A la carte.
From McDonald's, if you say, I want to order from the a la carte menu, it's cheaper that way than saying a burger with no bun. Then you get charged $5 where you should be only charged like $1.35 or something.
$1.50, something like that. Yep.
Yeah. A la carte.
It's French.
Jay, keto, carnivore, low carb 1 year, HDL 57, triglycerides 59, LDL 200, fasting insulin 2.5. Can you reassure that I shouldn't worry about my LDL?
Yes, Jay Buzz, don't worry about your LDL. Okay. Your numbers are pristine here. Watch my recent video about is low LDL dangerous? And that'll help you understand why an LDL of 200 in the face of all these other numbers. Huzzah.
Carnivore Kip. What's the most weight you've seen healthily lost in a year from someone around 500 pounds? If you were watching and you started from around 500 pounds, feel free to drop how much you have lost. I think we've
120 in a year.
More than in a year?
Yeah, in a year.
150, I think.
150, yeah. 150 to 100. We've seen 120.
150.
We've seen 100 multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
For somebody who started at 400, 500, 600 pounds. But yeah, up to 150 pounds. And so here's the thing. If you're losing the weight by eating a proper human diet and you're not portion controlling, you're not calorie restricting, you're not starving to death, you're not taking Ozempic, you're not smoking crack or smoking meth, which work just as good as Ozempic, then you're going to be losing weight healthily. Does that make sense? Only when you're eating a calorie restriction diet that's nutrient void, that's how you're going to lose weight in an unhealthy manner. But if you're 500 pounds, really, there ain't no unhealthy way for you to lose weight. You need to lose weight.
Somebody said, great interview with Carnivorous Me this week. If you didn't watch that interview, go check it out. Make sure you subscribe to her booming channel. It's blowing up.
And that reminds me, I wanted to ask tonight, because I love working with people who are literally like a caterpillar to a butterfly, metamorphosizing. Is that the right? I don't know. Sure. I love that. And I want to help these people. So tell me in the comments, like Carnivorous Me is, oh my God, she's such a beautiful human. She is kicking ass over on her channel. Tell me in the comments, who's your favorite YouTube channel that you'd love me to reach out to and do a Q&A with or do an interview with? Who are the folks you guys watch every day? I want to see in the comments. Tell me.
Do you, Alyssa, do you know any database to find low carb supporting PCP? I'm up in Maine.
I do, Alyssa. I have a video on this channel called How to Find a Low Carb Doctor Near You. And in the show notes of that video are 6 different websites that you can put your zip code in. And I know y'all have zip codes up in Maine too. And it will tell you where the nearest low carb keto friendly doctor is in relation to your home zip code. So that's the resource.
Joe Rogan.
He's up and coming. Yeah. He needs my help. Yeah. MCA, age 38, first labs, trigs 51, HDL 65, LDL 209, A1C 5.1, normal BMI. Doctor urging Lipitor. If you haven't had a heart attack, don't even entertain the discussion. I'd rather get my HDL higher, trying to be more active. And by active, I hope you mean lifting heavy things. PhD feels amazing, lost 70 pounds, advanced panel for LDL. If you want to get the extra information, you can ask your doctor for an NMR lipoprofile that gives you all the particle sizes and numbers. I don't think it's necessary. You're eating a proper human diet. Do you have anything to be worried about? I don't think so. But if you want to get that, that's what that test is called.
Laura Spath. Yeah, we love
love Laura. I used to think it was Laura's path until I met her. And I'm like, Spath. Oh.
But it looks like that. Laura's path.
Yep. She's like wonderful. I love her.
Yeah, so if you don't know her, go follow her because she's a realistic carnivore. There's no 100%. Like bougie beef and you can't eat this kind of meat, only this kind of meat. She's a real mom.
She would get some quarter pounder patties at McDonald's.
She sure would, and she does. She eats at Buffalo Wild Wings all the time. She eats out a lot. That's one of her main things that she shows is how to eat carnivore at basically any restaurant that you go to. So go give Laura Spath, not Laura's Path, a follow on Instagram. I think she's on TikTok too, and she's on YouTube as well.
Limiting factor, been on carnivore diet for about 4 weeks. ALT is 127 and AST is 56. Is this common? It's very common for people who come onto a carnivore diet and they haven't been carnivore long enough to reverse and cure their fatty liver to get labs like this checked and then think, oh my God, look what the carnivore diet did to me. These numbers were high before you ever started carnivore, my friend. They're probably, if anything, trending down. Keep doing your carnivore and get these rechecked in 3 months and you'll be very happy with the results.
Moderators, can you find Steven's, I'm assuming it's Steven's, question and tag me in the comment section so we can get it, please? Thank you. Jay Buzz, my mom is 53, early onset osteoporosis, vegetarian for over 30 years with very low protein. Trying to get her to do carnivore, but she will only eat fish and eggs. That's a good start.
I absolutely totally agree.
What should she focus on for osteoporosis?
So I have a video on this channel about osteoporosis. I have a video about osteopenia, and I have a video about bone health and bone strength. Have her watch all 3 of those videos. Now, if she is determined to stay vegetarian, I get it. There are people with ethical reasons for that. But maybe you can get her to eat every animal that's not a mammal. So that there's definitely no neocortex. They don't have emotions. They're not sad or happy. They don't nurse their young. So any seafood, any poultry, anything like that doesn't have sentience. And nobody can convince me that a bird, except maybe a crow, has sentience. Okay. But yes, all the eggs, all the fish, all the crustaceans, oysters, shellfish, mussels, all that stuff. She needs to be eating the heck out of that because she needs to really up her protein, and then watch my videos because she needs to start being more active. Even though her bones are currently weak, if she hasn't had her vitamin D checked, she's got to have that checked, vitamin D 25 level. And she's got to start doing some impact exercise and some weight-bearing exercise. She needs to start slow and slowly work her way up and repeat the DEXA scan once a year to see how much her bones are improving. But she can't stay vegetarian without animal products, or she'll have severe osteoporosis. She'll roll over in bed and break a rib. She's got to stop that. Oh, you're welcome. High Desert Ketovore.
In and out. Are you familiar with
Dr. Barry Sears and his zone diet? Yes, I am. Next question. DeMariac, got blood work this week. My cholesterol increased to 184. That's okay. My triglycerides are down to 76. That's great. My LDL was up to 129. That's okay. My HDL stayed at 40. Got to get that a little higher. A1C is 5.2, which is gorgeous. Glucose is 112, which is totally fine if your A1C is 5.2. Urine ketones 1+ is 1+ good. Yes. All those labs are fine. You're doing great. The reason I'm doing no caffeine, Mrs. Shez, is because a lot of carnivores believe that caffeine is the one holdout that many people who say they're carnivore but really ain't are holding on to because they're addicted to caffeine. And so I just wanted to do a month of no coffee, no caffeine, just to basically either say, shit, you were right, I was wrong, or to tell everybody to shut the hell up about coffee and caffeine.
I just want to put a little asterisk next to this. The main person who called him out drinks freaking alcohol. So like, right. Yeah, because alcohol doesn't come from a plant. You can't call coffee poison and alcohol is okay.
Right. William
Grow
J.
up, Green Day.
Dr. Barry, do you dye your beard? If so, what do you use? No, I've got gray hair. What you talking about? Look at this. See my grays? Where are they? There they are. Yeah. No, I don't dye my hair. Neisha don't dye her hair.
Well, it's because we're lazy. Hey, Deborah wants to know, Neisha, first time I made it live. Welcome. Question about breastfeeding. What is the ideal amount of months/years you should breastfeed? Optimally,
4 years.
Realistically,
right.
2 years is a good aim. I breastfed Beckett till he was 21 months old. I could not take it anymore. The kid at 2.5, at almost 2 years was still eating every 3 hours. And even though he could eat real food, he just wanted the boob. And I was like, I'm going to go crazy.
Yeah. So we had to choose between breastfeeding or suicide homicide. And so we chose, well, you know what I'm saying.
He was getting real old real quick. So I think a year is good. 2 years is great. 4 years is
optimal.
Huzzah, you get a gold star, Mom. Good job.
Yep, absolutely.
But if you're even attempting it, good job on you, girl. Okay.
Well, too much salt raises your blood pressure. How much salt is too much salt? So PM, if you salt your food to taste, and the food that you do eat is a very, very low carbohydrate, nutrient dense, ancestrally appropriate, uninflammatory foods like we recommend on a proper human diet, you get to salt your food to taste, which means you're not going to add an ungodly amount of salt because it would taste too salty and you wouldn't like it. That's too much salt. But if you salt your food and you taste it and you're like, ooh, that's perfect amount of saltiness, that's exactly how much salt you need. Your tongue, it's a built-in sensor. You know it's there for a reason. besides just licking the frozen gate post, right? It literally tells you when you put too much salt or when you don't have enough salt. That's what it's for. Michael, I've had a lot of questions answered without paying any money. Well, thank you, Michael. I'm glad you put that out there. There you go. Trying to grab one. Angelic Annihilator, I've heard that cells in the brain, heart and lungs do not regenerate. Is this true or BS? So the cells in the brain are very, very slow to regenerate a new cell in the brain. There are stem cells in the brain. We found them. And so we know there has to be some degree of regeneration, but it appears to be very, very, very slow and probably not complete. So if you know someone who's 99 years old or 100 years old, they don't have a single cell in their intestines or in their skin that's 100 years old. They're only a few months old, even if they're 102. But they probably do have neurons in their brain that are 102 years old, if they're that old. And so that's why it's so important to take care of your brain. Now, your heart has more stem cells. Lungs also have more stem cells. They will do some degree of regeneration. The liver really can regenerate like some kind of magician. What happened?
It just went black for a second.
Oh. Thank you, Barb.
Jeremy.
Dr. Berry, my wife has been diagnosed with lupus. She is considering carnivore, possible help with symptoms or not a good. That's an absolute brilliant idea, Jeremy. Any of you guys, if you have an autoimmune condition or you know someone, you care about someone with an autoimmune condition, carnivore is the way. Keto is going to help, but carnivore is the way if you have an autoimmune condition. Hey, Kang, thank you. Joseph D. Add cinnamon to hamburger. Awesome.
Really?
I have never tried that.
I don't know.
You gonna try it?
No. I don't like cinnamon though, so
I don't
I
love
guess if
cinnamon.
you like cinnamon, maybe.
I don't love it. I like some weird stuff on hamburger, but not cinnamon. Thank you, Z Boatman.
Several of y'all are saying Carnivore Quest.
Yep, I love Carnivore Quest.
Shauna.
Dr. Berry, culture of mouth, thought leukoplakia, culture Actinobacter baumannii. Oh, okay. Not been hospitalized. Following up March 1, calling Dr. DeMar, Ketovore 3 months, your thoughts for treatment. Well, if this is an active infection, then you need antibiotics for that. But there are thousands of different bacteria in your mouth that you're just colonized with on a daily basis. And that doesn't necessarily mean you need any antibiotics right now. Right now, Neisha has thousands of different bacteria, species of bacteria, millions of bacteria in her dirty mouth right now. So do I. So do you. That's normal. You're supposed to have those bacteria now. But now if it's an active infection, that's different. You know you got a dirty mouth.
Wow. Sometimes.
Demetrius, trying to eat clean. Thoughts on nitrates and MSG. Nitrates with reference to bacon and processed meat. Human beings have been using some variation of nitrate salt for about over 1,000 years to salt our meat with. Literally used to rub salty rocks on them to cure them. So I'm not afraid of them. I've got a video about bacon and nitrates on this channel. MSG, I try to limit that as much as I can just because it's a man-made product. I don't think it's terrible, but it's less good than you should probably be putting in your mouth.
What's a good non-toxic laundry detergent? We use Thieves. I just order it from Young Living. I think that it's fairly clean. What's another one? Anything that's fragrance free is going to be better than the stuff that has all that extra fragrance in it. If you have a brand that you use, feel free to put it in the comments and share.
Absolutely. We're almost to 4,000 guys. Can you hit that thumbs up button?
Virtual mom. My mother, 67, triglycerides 250. Doctor had her on Zedia. Lots of stomach pain and no bowel movements. She has been carnivore 2 weeks and off that med for 1 week.
Yep.
The problem is not resolved.
So she's having constipation. So she needs to increase the amount of fat in her carnivore diet. She needs to cook everything in butter and then put some butter on top of it. Number one. Number two, she needs to increase her magnesium intake. Magnesium citrate would be the best version of magnesium for her particular problem. keep increasing the dosage of it. Start at the routine dose and keep going up just a little each day until she has results. And then that's probably the fat and the magnesium that she needs.
Teresa says my mouth is dirty because I have to kiss you.
Oh,
Health Coach Kate. Yeah, she's
yeah, I
great.
love Kate.
She's a sweetie pie. She's been around a long time.
Janice.
Too. Janice. Keto here, August 22, LDL 206. You got to do labs. I don't
LDL 206, trigs 63, HDL 81, C-peptide less than 0.5, fasting insulin 3.2, glucose 71. Now, trig 65, HDL 85, C-peptide 1.22, fasting insulin 4.3. Yeah, these are all, no, you're fine. Your CAC 0. You're great. These are essentially unchanged from one to the other. All labs are going to go up and down a few points every time you check them. That doesn't mean anything's worse or better. It's just that's how your body just go like that.
I do not know why you keep saying this. I don't even know what it means.
What does this mean, Big Nesh? We do not understand.
Dave, you guys changed my life. 56 years young. In my 4th month of carnivore, my carb addiction is gone. Losing body fat and have never felt better since I was a teenager. See you in Austin, Texas. See you in Austin. Hey, speaking of Austin, who's going to KetoCon with us? Discount code Barry will get you $50 off your ticket.
There's a link in the show notes.
We will be there.
No, wait, there's not.
Too crazy. There's not.
Let me put it up. There you go. It's on the,
Okay.
What's that thing called? I forgot the word.
A banner. That's what I'm going to call it. News banner. Ticker.
The ticker.
Too Crazy Ketos is going to be there. Like everyone who's in the keto sphere basically is going to be there. And a bunch of
carnivores too.
Plus it's Austin, y'all. Yeah. The barbecue at Terry Black's.
It's right across the street. They have Brontosaurus ribs.
This big, not kidding.
Yes, they're wonderful.
Fatty. They're not afraid of that fat. They don't trim it. Just give it all to you. They're
like, what are you, a baby? You don't want your fat? Star. Will carnivore affect PBC? Thank you for Redmond's and bacon chips. You're welcome. So there's nothing about a carnivore diet that's going to interfere with any medical condition that you have. If you are a human being and you can still fog a mirror when you breathe, you will benefit from a proper human diet. And a carnivore diet is part of a proper human diet. You're going to be fine. Come on, Danielle wants to get this to 4K. We're so close. Like and share. Come on back, guys. Pretty please.
Mongo, why does my poop burn sometimes? I eat only meat. I love these questions. These are my favorite.
Now, Mango, first of all, this is TMI. Okay? Nobody wants to know about your burny poop. Are we off?
It looks like we're fine up there. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Now, I don't know why your poop burns. Okay, Melissa, this Mango wants to know why his poop burns.
Melissa says she doesn't know either.
She also doesn't know. I don't think this is a medical emergency. I don't think you need to go to the ER.
Hey, bring me that baby.
Next time you're at your doctor's office, you might ask your doctor about why your poop burns sometimes. Any number of reasons why, none that you should be concerned about and none that the other viewers want to hear about. Thanks for the super chat. Can anybody top that TMI question? Come on, give it a shot. Voting for Carnivore Quest. Yeah, we love Carnivore Quest. I was just watching them earlier today.
You say hi. Hi. She's looking at this screen. Don't look at this one. Look at this one.
Look.
There you go.
Look at that baby.
There you go.
What's your opinion on whipping cream consumption daily? I think that for many people, whipping cream, including me, is delicious, freaking delicious. Oh my God. For me, it's triggering. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon. That's it. And then tomorrow it's 2, and then it's a tablespoon, and then it's half a cup, and I freaking love it. So I have to really, really just not touch it. Maybe every Sunday I'll put a tablespoon in my coffee if I'm still drinking coffee, but I'm not putting any in my peppermint tea. And I haven't been drinking whipping cream in months now. So I love it, but it's too triggering for me. In and Out. What do you think of Dr. Barry Sears and his own diet? I don't think much about.
Did we already?
Yeah, we did. I don't know what the point of that is, but yeah, I mean, there's about 1,000 different doctors out there who have a diet. I'm not impressed with his zone diet. Letitia, thank you very much. Roger, what's the minimum amount of calories one should eat per day on carnivore or keto if you're mostly sedentary? Stop worrying about calories, Roger. Your body does not know what a calorie is. Your body just wants to sit.
4,000. Oh my God.
Your body wants you to sit down when you're hungry and eat meat and eggs, maybe some veg, maybe some nuts, maybe a few berries, real food until you are comfortably stuffed. And then your body wants you to stop eating. And then your body doesn't want you to eat again until you're hungry again. That's literally how complicated human nutrition is. That's it. That's literally it. If you're worrying about calories, you might as well be worrying about little blue men on Mars. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Eat your meat until you're full, then stop eating.
4,000 people watching. High five. I'm going to give you a high five.
High five.
Good job.
Oh.
You did it.
In and out. In and out. Have you been drinking caffeine?
These are not questions that matter.
I'm not really sure what's going on with the in and out.
We watched
Freddie. Go ahead.
What's the zombie thing we've been
watching? The Last of Us.
Yeah, that's what we watched.
Yeah, Neisha hates it because they always show the zombies right before bed, and then she has a nightmare.
Freddie, will keto carnivore help with SLE and positive ANA numbers? I'm on Plaquenil 200 twice a day. I also have alopecia. My rheumatologist blames it on my lupus. Yeah,
and it could be, but also if you have one autoimmune condition, you're much more likely to have a second and even a third. You 100% need to either do very strict keto with only real whole one ingredient foods, no keto cakes, cookies, pies, or bullshit, or just do ketovore or carnivore and just eat the meat and eggs. Any of the autoimmune conditions, including SLE, are going to become less severe when you eat an uninflammatory diet that lets your immune system calm down. And carnivore is that. Real strict keto is that. Ketovore is that. ANA numbers typically will come down. They may not go back to normal, but they're going to come down on a proper human diet.
Thanks, Gordon.
Thanks, Gordon. MC. She helped me out. Thank you, MC. PhD in IF has reshaped my body. I feel transformed. So many issues gone. I have been wanting to try a fast longer than 24 hours. I think I will get the advanced lipid panel to feel better. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Well done, Esme. MZ. Sorry.
MC.
Oh,
water.
MC.
Like the ocean sea.
MC. Oh, okay. I get it now.
Marty,
yes, well done.
Mac.
Dr. Alan Davis, you should chat with. Dr. Alan Davis. I think somebody told me about him the other day. I'll check him out. Alan Davis.
But my sister's brother-in-law has diabetes and MS. Could he improve with keto or carnivore? And what about ALS? I had a friend in her 50s die from it. Yeah,
so if he has type 2 diabetes, he can completely reverse that with keto or carnivore. Absolutely, 100%. His MS is an autoimmune condition. It's going to improve. The progression is going to slow down when he's eating an uninflammatory, nutrient-dense diet. ALS is one of the neurodegenerative disorders, just like Alzheimer's, that tends to slow down. The progression tends to stop when you're eating a proper human diet. Absolutely.
What's y'all's favorite carnivore meal? You go first.
For me, I get about 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and I brown it up in the skillet, and then I take about 6 to 8 eggs, depending, and I scramble them up, and I pour them over the ground beef, and then I mix that up, and I put some Redmond salt and some of that hickory smoked salt. Oh God! And mix that up real good, and it's kind of like a frittata scramble with meat, and it's freaking delicious. What's yours?
Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Eggs over easy, bacon extra crispy. I don't know what's happening over there. Brainy, I'm on carnivore 4 months. I'm OMAD. When I wake up in the AM, my blood sugar is 99, but then at around 10 a.m., my blood sugar is 110 to 114, and then it goes down.
Yeah, that's totally
A1C
fine.
of 5.4.
A1C is 5.4. These blood sugar numbers are physiological. They're not pathological. Nothing to worry about.
That's you.
Hey, King, my fiance's numbers are too worried about non-fasting. So if they're non-fasting, you can't even look at the triglycerides. You have to be fasted to check your triglycerides. Okay, so you tell your idiot doctor to make sure you fasted for 12 to 14 hours before you check your triglycerides. Cholesterol 322, HDL 36, total cholesterol 8.9. No, I don't know what that means. I don't know what the rest of that says. So you need to get fast for 12 to 14 hours, before you get your blood checked, especially for triglycerides and blood sugar.
Bill made it to alive. Welcome. March, I turned
Bill.
71. Happy early birthday. I'm also 6 months into carnivore, so 45 pounds down. Type 2 diabetic, 35 years.
Currently.
And CFS is gone. Labs are great. Never felt better. Thanks, Doc and Neisha.
Huzzah.
Way to go.
Huzzah, Bill. Say it with me. Huzzah.
Say it loud. Say it proud. Say it once. Say it twice. Say it 3 times.
Husband has geographic tongue with fissures. Any ideas? This can be related to autoimmune conditions, but sometimes geographic tongue and sometimes fissures are just physiology. It's just the way his tongue is made. His tongue just go like that. Okay, but definitely see his primary care doctor and maybe see a dermatologist one time just to make sure. But some people just have geographic tongue. If everybody else watching, if you don't know what that is, you should do an internet search about geographic tongue. Very interesting looking.
Grass-fed butter is the better option for your asparagus.
I don't often eat asparagus, but when I do, I saute it in grass-fed
and
butter.
garlic.
And garlic. Yeah.
Sherry, thank you so much for creating this great community. Bart K mentioned that fasting benefits don't happen until 72 hours. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so the benefits of fasting definitely ramp up at 72 hours, but you're absolutely getting some lesser degree of benefit before 72 hours. There's too many people who are doing a daily 18 to 20 hour fast every single day, and their health is improving like gangbusters. And so you can't really say you've got to fast for 72 hours or you get zero benefit whatsoever. That's probably not correct.
Natalie, thank you. Do you like Indian food? What do you choose? We used to eat Indian a lot.
I always got the goat if they had it.
I actually liked the vegan stuff myself back then. What did I get? The curry vegetables?
Yeah, curry, anything. Any curry meat, I'm going to wear it out.
Oh, so what we do now is we just curry our meat. We use curry spices and stuff, but we used to eat.
And you remember that Indian place in Memphis?
Yeah,
back when I was in medical school, there was this India Palace in Memphis, Tennessee, and they had this. That was back when I was not in any degree keto or carnivore. They used to have this dessert called juicy balls.
I forgot about that.
Every time I would just, oh God, they were basically like a dough ball soaked in syrup, and they would call juicy balls. And I would eat so many of those juicy balls every time I went. And I would get back in the clinic and I'd be like, oh my God.
We ate a lot of garlic naan.
I ate way too many juicy balls.
Yeah, we haven't been back because it's too tempting to eat all of the other stuff.
But I don't eat juicy balls anymore.
Stop that. I know what you're doing. Brett, Practical Carnivore Anthony. Should be a great discussion. I think I've heard of him, but I don't know if I've watched his stuff. I don't watch a lot of carnivore channels. I don't have time to.
Simeon 1. My poo doesn't burn. However, I'm still fighting constipation after 45 days carnivore. I think I eat enough fat and butter. Any recommendations? So you haven't pooped in 45 days? Is that what you're telling me? Or you're still...
Go to the doctor.
Yeah, definitely go to the doctor if it's been 45 days. But if what you're telling me is you're not pooping nearly as much as you think you should, that's very common for people on a carnivore diet because every bite of food you're eating is almost 100% pure nutrition. Your body is digesting and using it all. There's no leftover garbage for you to have to poop out. Most carnivores, the majority of what they poop out is dead epithelial cells from the lining of the intestines because the food that they're eating is so nutrient dense that their body absorbs it all. There's not much poop. So if you think you're still constipated, it's a lot of poop, I know. Increase your fat even more. Even if you think you're eating enough butter, if you still think you're constipated, then eat more butter. And increase your magnesium intake with a supplement, magnesium citrate, and see if that doesn't fix it.
That's enough poop for now.
But I'll bet if you go to your doctor and have them shoot a one-view x-ray of your abdomen, there won't be any poop in there. And then you can stop worrying about your poop.
Brainy Rip, is carnivore or keto safe for my 7-year-old and 15-year-old? Yes, our kids are meat-based. Means most of their food comes from animals. Every now and then they have berries. Sometimes they have protein pancakes. Beckett likes pancakes, so that's what I make him. Sometimes I make them from scratch, but these days not really.
Yeah. So
there's nothing unhealthy about eating real food,
right.
And that's what keto and carnivore is. It's real healthy fatty meats and low carb veggies if they like them. Most kids don't.
Yeah. When you go back in time more than 15,000 years, Brandy Rip, every single child, regardless of age, they were weaned off of breast milk onto meat 100% of the time. So you would have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old eating meat. That would be their literal first food, just like Beckett's first food was a beef rib, the remnants of meat off that. And Bonnie's first food was a pork rib.
Yeah.
That was their very first foods they ever put in their mouth besides their mama's booby. And that they're brilliant, they're beautiful, they're growing, they're happy, and I'm very proud of them.
Bob, have done this before, but down 10 pounds. My blood pressure is 143/87. Doc says that was okay. Gave him a list of URLs, including yours. Is there too much phosphorus or magnesium?
No, there's not. Your blood pressure's fine. Shay first.
We didn't see
it, Shay.
We go straight down the chat. We don't.
Moderators,
skip.
will you look for Shays? We'll try to pick it up.
If it got skipped, it was a flip.
Does cast iron pans raise too much iron in men? No, William. No, you get a tiny amount of iron from using a cast iron skillet.
Sue, my friend is a 71-year-old truck driver, obese and type 2. Just found out he has cirrhosis. Will PhD help?
Yeah. So a proper human diet will reverse his type 2 diabetes within months, will reverse his obesity within a year, and his cirrhosis if he stops drinking any alcohol whatsoever, and he avoids acetaminophen Tylenol for the rest of his life and tries to minimize any other over-the-counter medications or prescription medications to give his liver a chance to recover and heal, then his cirrhosis will regress significantly. The liver has an almost miraculous ability to rejuvenate and regenerate, but you got to stop beating it up with the Jack Daniels and the beer and the Tylenol. And once and the junk food, he doesn't drink. Okay, beautiful. But also keep in mind that orange juice is just as bad as whiskey for the human liver. It's full of fructose, full of sugar. It does permanent damage. He's got to stop all that stuff, and he's got to eat and drink a proper human diet. And within a year's time, he's going to look like and feel like a different guy soon. Jordan. My friends and loved ones are worried that I eat too much meat and that I don't eat every 3 to 4 hours. What should I tell them? Jordan, you should tell them that they need to watch you and follow your example, because you're eating like an actual human eats. This is how humans are supposed to eat. Tell them, maybe they don't know this, tell them that the Kellogg's commercials on television and the Post and General Mills commercials, that they're ads to sell shit. That's not how you're really supposed to eat. They're just trying to make a profit. Maybe if you tell them that and say, I'm Jordan, you know me, I'm real. That on television is to sell you products. Maybe that'll help. I don't know.
Guys, we do this every Monday for an hour, and we can only answer so many questions. We cannot go on into infinity and beyond. There's only so much time in the day, and we have kids.
Yes, we got to get back to our babies.
We try to answer as many as possible, as quickly as possible, but we don't always get to them. If you still have questions, come back next Monday. Or
you could join our private community. There's a link in the show notes. We're going to do another live in there tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central.
Right here.
And instead of 4,000 people asking their questions, there's going to be 200 or 300.
150 usually.
Yeah, asking their questions. So the odds are you're going to get all your questions answered if you join our private community. So we're waiting for you there. There's over how many people in there now?
4,800, but it's not just live Q&As. You get a community of people. It's like Facebook without all the BS.
And they don't sell your information.
We don't. It's our platform.
That's right.
Own all the information. We're never going to give your information away. We're in there all the time. We like to hang out with you guys. We have mentors that can help you as well. We do workshops. We do challenges. We just have a good time. You can see a lot of the shenanigans that go on in the Berry house as well.
Yes.
So one time I was doing a cook with me video and Lily pooped in the background. So we're going to end on another poop story. There you go. That was
poop
on a
one
live
last
stream.
time. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. if you're in the group. Otherwise, we'll see you Monday night, 7 p.m.
Love you, mean it.
Bye.